everyone, this is Angela here, and tonight I want to do a video on the narcissistic personality disorder. And tonight's topic is going to be, if you're married to a narcissist, don't do this. First, I want to say that I have seen all types of situations working in a law office, and people getting divorced and just all this craziness that's going on with divorce, the law, and how it all transpires, child custody and everything, and how many people, okay, first I'm going to tell you the good news. The good news is that the majority of people who do get divorced, divorce is pretty high and on the rise. Most of the time, it works out very fair and equitable. Both parties just want to end it, and they just divide the marital assets pretty fairly and move on. But there are many cases where people marry narcissists and they end up spending a fortune in family court, and they're devastated by it, both emotionally and financially. And I just wanted to share with the community a story about a guy friend that I know, and his situation and what happened. And this may help somebody out here. So this is why I'm telling this story. This guy was married to this woman. First of all, they never lived together. That's the first thing. They never lived together. They got married, but they never lived together. They dated for 5 years. But you can date somebody for a long time, not marry them, and not live with them before you get married. And you really don't know this person. You really don't. And this is why it's important to take a look at this person's habits, their personality, different things about them before you get married. Don't marry somebody because you feel like you're in love. Love is much more than a feeling. It's a deep-rooted commitment, okay? Because you could feel like you're in love, and there's a thin line between love and hate. And it's a very complicated situation, and that's why a lot of people get divorced. They rush into things and they don't think. So, but that's not the case with this guy. He didn't rush into it. He just, when I talked to him, I had asked him, well, why did you marry this woman? And he said because his cousins were getting married and his friends were getting married, and he was with her a long time, so he felt that it was time to get married, which I thought was a dumb reason. It's like you don't do something because everybody else is doing it. That right there showed me that this guy, really didn't have the right mindset when he married this woman. But he made even a bigger mistake when he married her, because they had problems from the beginning, from sharing chores to managing money to, from what he was telling me about her, she was the type of person that was always into everybody's business, okay? And that's the one thing about narcissists. They seem to be into everybody's business. They can't just mind their business, stay home, and do whatever it is that need to be done to nurture their husbands, their spouses, husband, wife. They're always looking at what somebody else has. If somebody else had a new car, she wanted the new car, different stuff like that he would complain about. So this woman, they lived in a duplex, and she was running in the lady downstairs. They were running together, and And she was all into the woman downstairs' business, and that woman left her husband. They had problems. So my friend, his wife, decides that she wants to leave him, and she does. She leaves him and files for divorce. So, I don't know what changed her mind, but she decided that she wanted to go back to him and try again. And she comes back and she says, I want to have a baby. And he's like on board with that. She was like, well, I left you because, you didn't want to have a baby. And I'm sorry, but that's not a reason to leave somebody because they're not sure whether or not they want to have a child at that particular time. He just he didn't felt secure enough in the marriage to start a family yet, because she was always complaining about this or that or the other, and somebody else had this or that, and having children wasn't on the priority list before she went and did that. So now all of a sudden she wants to have a baby, and he's like, sign me up for that. Big mistake. Big mistake. Because if I was married to somebody and that person turned around and said, I want to have a baby, it did that to me and came back and said, I want to have a baby, I would be like, you already left me once, bitch. It's like, I'm not going to have a baby with you when, you already left once and filed for divorce. You may end up doing it again. First of all, I wouldn't have taken her back. Okay, that's the first thing. Somebody leaves me like that and says I want out and is ambivalent like that, I would just be like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Under that circumstance, I'd be like, I am so done. But he's like, yeah, sure, let's have a baby. And this man went down right into the planet hell with this woman because, she ended up having a baby, and the baby was quite young, and she left him, and now she's got him paying, child support, and the divorce was really messy. They spent like close to $100,000 on attorneys, and it was just nastiness all around, and he never recovered from that. Somebody that does stuff like that, you can't trust them. Okay, you can't trust them. You just no. You do not have a baby when your marriage is shaky like that, to the point where somebody filed for divorce and they come back to you under that circumstance, all of a sudden, oh, I want to have a baby. No. I would have said, all right, even if let's say if I was him and I wanted to give her a second chance because I was committed to my marriage, I would say, yeah, I'll take you back under a, probationary period, but we're not having no baby. We're not having no baby until you prove to me that you're a wife. Now that's a man with balls would have said to her, but he didn't. He was the type of guy, like whatever somebody, whatever she wanted to do, oh yeah, let's do it. You got to stand up for yourself. You can't just let somebody walk all over you. It had a very bad result for him. So that's a situation that I really wanted to get out there. If you are in a serious relationship to where your relationship is very rocky, a baby is not going to repair it. It's going to make it worse. And you're going to find yourself in family court. Okay? I would not. And sorry about that. And so that's about all. Make sure that you pay attention. Okay, I said enough. I'm done. Good night.